So recently I was on the market doing my market surveying for the peppers, which I did a video about. And interestingly, a bag of the local Kpakpo shitor was around 2,000 Ghana cedis. So I'm kind of like, what goes into habaneros, the local one, that makes the price go up? Is it like that throughout the year? And luckily on my part, I have a friend who is doing the local Kpakpo shitor. So I'm currently on his farm to make that inquiry. If this is your first time, my name is Kekeli Michael. Smash the like button and subscribe. See you in the video.
Yeah, my name is Solomon Agbosu, but on social media you can find me. I'm Solomon Green. I work with MMB Seed in Agricultural Services. It's a seed producing company in town, and I happen to be their production manager. So currently that is what I do. But on my weekend and then maybe holidays, where the farming is not in season, I do personal vegetable farm for myself.
Okay. So why the sudden interest in this Kpakpo shitor, the local habaneros?
Well, I have a history to that. I've done Kpakpo shitor before. I think 2017, 2018. Right after my uni, I decided to do vegetables. I did that, but because of financial constraint and other stuff, I took some level of success, but I stopped and I seek employment. So I still have that experience. I know how much more money you can make out of it at the right time. And so that is what one of the major factors that influenced my choice for Kpakpo shitor at this time.
I went to the market and they are saying a bag of Kpakpo shitor is more like 2K.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I just before you came, I just made some few calls. Here in Ho, it's going for 1.8K. That's 1,800. Okay. But in Accra, it's going for 2,000 cedis. Okay. We are hoping that to short last year by as at May, it shot up as high as 2,500 cedis. And so I'm hoping this year with the rainfall, last year rainfall pattern, I'm hoping that it should even reach as much as 3K. Yeah.
So run us through what goes into the local habanero production that makes price so high?
Yeah, because this one, today, we're now in April, today is 2nd April, right?
Okay.
Because this one is done we've done partially dry season, and then the rest is in the rainy season. And so as at December last year, I've done my nursery.
Okay.
I think I've done the nursery on the November 28th, thereabout.
Okay.
And so by January, first week in January, I've started my transplanting. And the major challenge, as at that time, it doesn't rain, so it's irrigation.
Okay.
And so basically, I have to get an irrigation system. And so when you can look around, you see the irrigation pipeline being laid.
Yeah.
And then we have different type of irrigation system. We have the drip, the sprinkler system, and then the recent one, the Chinese or the Taiwan type that we call shower hose. That is what I'm using here right now. And so it comes with their own advantages and disadvantages. But with this one, I decided to go for the shower hose type.
You know what? Let's break it down like this. Can we walk through the whole process of starting the whole? Let's say this is how many acres?
So this is barely almost 2 acres.
Okay.
Almost 2 acres.
So we start with land preparation.
Yeah, we start with
land acquisition.
Yeah. So first you have to get. So as I said, it's irrigated farm, and so you must look for a water source. So I got the land very close to a river bank where I can tap water for my farm. Okay. Because of the system of irrigation I'm going to use and the volume of water I will need, I have to get the stream. Mechanized borehole cannot do this one because of the type of irrigation system I'm going to use. And so I got the land close to the stream. So I have to look for the landowner, and then by the grace of God, I got the land.
How much did you get there?
Yes, an acre is good for 200 cedis.
Okay.
Yeah. So after I got the land, I have to weed it first because it's a virgin land. Bend the things and make sure it is as clear as much as possible before the tractor operator will agree to bring his machine down to the land. Okay. And so when he came and surveyed the land, I said, okay, he can manage it for me. He had done the plowing for me, and that one also cost me, because there are a few stumps. Instead of 500 cedis, he charged me 600 cedis per acre. And so taking care of that one too. We've done all these things were done around June thereabout. So I used the land to cultivate some maize. That will take away some stubborn grasses or weeds, and then make the land a little bit more workable. You can work with, so that I can introduce some vegetable grasses that are not tough. Okay. Yeah. So that is what I've done. And so while the maize was at its drying stage, I've done my nursery, as in November, later part of November. And so by first week in December thereabout,
you did the land preparation.
Yeah.
Then you cultivated some corn. I want to specifically be on the habanero.
Okay.
At how much did you get the seed?
Yes, the seed, the local people sell it in the market, 300 cedis per beer bottle.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got two.
2 bottles. Yeah. That's 600 Ghana
cedis.
Yeah. Okay. So the nursery, is that one too expensive or?
Yeah, it's expensive, not in terms of money,
Okay.
but from here to town it's quite far. So every day or twice, you have to come and water it, check it, and then you have to start treatment because the success of the farm start from the nursery.
Okay.
You have to start applying your nematicide and fungicide. Because when they pick it from the bed, when you do the transplant, it moves to the field, and that will affect your yield as well. And so you start your nematicide and then your fungicide.
This, are we talking about seed trays and stuff?
No, I didn't use the street tray. Okay. I do the normal seed bed.
Okay.
And then I do the drill type, and which I water every day, and then I take care of it.
Okay.
So basically, the type I did, not the seed tray type.
Okay. So how many days or how many months for the nursery?
So the nursery took 6 weeks, a month, and then 2 weeks for it to be fully matured.
Okay. Yeah. So at what point did you harvest the corn and did the installation of?
So for the installation, the pipe was laid, and so by first week in December thereabout, we harvested the corn. Then quickly we brush. The trick here was that because we know it was going to be dry season, we need the what's the name? The shrubs or the leftover of the corn to serve as a mulch on the farm. Okay. And so we quickly weed it, and then we only create a path for where the irrigation hose will lie. Okay. Will be lying, and so we gather it. And so if you can see old stalks of the corn on the farm. Yeah. That serves as a mulch, so that even when we water, instead of watering every day, sometimes it takes us 2 or 3 days before we come back to water to cut costs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's smart. Then after that, you did what?
So after the field is set.
Wait, let's talk about the installation. How much did it cost to do that?
The irrigation hose you see now, the pack is 100 meters in length. Okay. It's 100 meters in length. And so you need 10 to do 1 acre. I am installer myself. Okay. So I've done installation myself. Just that instead of 5 meters, I have expanded to 6 meters. And instead of opening maybe 6 or 8 holes, I decided to open 4. That will make the pressure to rise to a certain level for me. Okay. It will come at a cost in terms of fuel consumption, but I prefer it because there was no money to buy. And one of these hoses is going for 300 cedis. So you need 10 of that for just an acre. So for the 2 acres, almost 2 acres, when almost this hose alone is costing almost 6,000 cedis. Okay. The pipe we use on the farm is 2 inches. Some people do use 3 inches or more. And so we use 3 inches. I use 17 of this pipe. One was going around 82 cedis, depending on the brand. Either it's Interplus or Duraplus. But the one I use is 82 cedis. Now, if you look at the irrigation system, it comes with its own, this irrigation system comes with its own valve system. But it's very expensive. Like this set alone, just this portion will cost me 150 cedis to buy. But that money for me to do about 17, these are 17, these are almost 34 or so, it will be too much for me. And so I decided to improvise. So this one I got a T, and then got a bushing, and then EVAP. This EVAP alone is 25 cedis. This T is 10 cedis. The bushing is 8 cedis. And then I got my 3/4 pipe, get my clip, and then irrigation is installed. Okay. So basically, that is how I'm able to do this. And then I cut costs in terms of the irrigation installation.
So someone who is not experienced in this installation, how much can this person spend if you add the installation cost?
The standard installation.
Yeah.
It will cost the person. Last time somebody asked me to do the estimate, it's almost 20-something thousand.
80,000. This type.
Yeah.
For how many acres?
For an acre.
20.
That includes installation.
20,000.
Yeah, 20,000.
Hey. Yeah. It's too expensive.
But it's worth it. If you are going to sell a bag of Kpakpo shitor for 2K.
Wait, 20,000. This one
alone. This one alone is about 150 cedis. Okay. This is also 100. So these two alone, this thing alone here. If I should be going by the standard, I'm spending 300 cedis. Okay. I've done this thing at 17. Are you getting my point? Okay. I've done this thing at 17. And then the irrigation hose, 100 meters, is 300 cedis. So for one country which go for an acre, it's almost it's 3,000. Okay. So for this 2 acres, that's 6,000. I did the calculation. The pipe alone, this pipe alone is 82 cedis. Okay. Are you getting my point? So I use 17 of that as well. The pump in the stream. Okay. The inlet, the yard, 1 yard of the inlet alone is 150 cedis. Okay. And so you may need about 7 or so or more yards, depending on where your water source. Okay. And then an inlet and then outlet. The smaller pump we use, that's what I use.
The 20,000 included the pumping machine.
The pumping machine. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the pumping machine now is around 3,300. Okay. Depending on the horsepower.
Now your installation is done. Yeah. When do you do your transplanting?
So because I'm not using the nursery tree type, I cannot just plant any time.
Okay.
I must wait. So what we do is that we've divided farm into 4 parts.
Okay.
2, this side into 2, this side into 2. So when I come in the morning, we water this portion thoroughly in the morning. The machine can be on about an hour or so or more. Then the land is properly wet. And so what happens is that in the evening, when it's around 2, the flies are disturbed because of the rain. We just experience a short rain. So just after 2, when the sun starts going down, then I got a lot of women. They help me to do it. Women does it better than the guys.
Okay.
And so they help me with the transplanting. So I go there, approach it nicely with some amount of soil on it in a basket or a carton. I bring it to them. Then there's a line. Somebody will come and dig hole down for me in the morning with cutlass.
Okay.
Then quickly they will come and then plant, cover it, press it nicely. Then after that is done, I have to stay behind at least maybe they may finish around 5:30 to 6 thereabout. Then I have to wait and water it. But when I'm very tired, I have to wake up and come very early in the next morning, water it before the sun comes out. And so you have to wait until the first quarter you have demarcated, start showing us survivor. Okay. Then you move to the next one because some may die and then you must do replacement. Then gradually, so this took almost a month to complete this entire farm. It's a gradual process.
Hey, the flies, why?
The flies, they just,
okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
So after transplanting and they are surviving,
Yeah.
What agronomic practices do you?
So your next challenge to overcome is the weeds. Now that you have good sunlight and then enough water, the grasses will definitely come. Unfortunately, the pepper, they don't have a selective for the pepper. The only selective you have in the market is Agile, and then there's another one called 5-star or something, and I'm not too sure of the name. But they can only take care of the grasses, meaning all those broad leaves you see around will not go.
Okay.
And so maybe one time it's against you can use the Agile to take care of the grasses, and then relax, and then gradually you take off the broadleaves. And so that goes with the fertilizer application as well. So quickly, I use the Yara Achiever. And so within the first week, after I've seen sign of survival, we do what we call what's the name? Water for me. Where we dissolve some amount we take a tin of milk of what's the name? Of Yara, pour it in water and pour it at the base of the plant small. Quickly it's a dissolved nutrient for them already, so they pick it. And then within a short period of time, you see signs of proper establishment of the plants. So when that is done, you go ahead and then do your granular fertilizer application, do your NPK. Then the weeds will come back.
How many bags of NPKs are we talking about?
Yeah, for this side, I use 1 bag.
Okay.
And then for this side, I use another 1 bag. That's 2 bags of NPK.
2 bags. How much is one?
Yeah, the Yara Achiever is going for 520 cedis. That was how much I got it the last time. Okay. I'm told now it's out of the system. It's run out of there. The company is no more bringing some, so okay. You can use any other NPK fertilizer, you know.
Okay. Yeah. Then we talk about the pest control.
Yeah. So one major challenge we face is whitefly. These are tiny insects that don't look like they can actually cause a harm to the plant. But what will happen is that they normally stay beneath the leaf. When they stay beneath the leaf, they eat the green matter here. And so you see your plants, all of a sudden they become yellowish. If you're not like some local people come and tell you that somebody work medicine to no. Those insects look very smallish and tiny. They're microscopic in nature, and so you may feel that it cannot cause much harm to the plant. But normally what they do is that they eat the beneath. And so your pest control is very important. You must not wait for them to come. So we use a systemic pesticide. Okay. When the plant is young, we use systemic, but when we start harvesting, we use contact pesticide. Okay. So quickly we spray. And then we also mix them with the foliar fertilizers and we spray. What's
the difference between the systemic and the contact?
Yeah, so the systemic ones, they are pesticide, and when you apply, it enters into the system of the plants. Okay. And even if they are not there and eat later, it causes stomach reaction and it kills them. Okay. But for the contact, these are harsh ones. Normally they come with a very strong odor. Okay. When it touches them, the heat, it kills them or repel them with a harsh odor. Now, when you apply the systemic pesticide, some of them say you must take 15, you must wait for 12 days before you can even eat
the fruit.
Okay. But for the contact, after 3 days, you can eat.
So what are some of the systemic ones?
The systemic one, you can see systemic one have it depends on the brand. There's one from Agromonti, they call it Shatter. Okay. And then there's one from the Fox, I don't know what it's India or Lebanese company. They call it you see they force up those chemicals. Okay. There's one they have a chemical called for Force Gold.
Okay.
Yeah, Force Gold. That one is very good.
Okay.
They are very good, and then when you use them, it knocks everything out.
And the contact
The
ones.
contact, you have the lambda, saluhari, those ones. Anything you go, you see anyone they've written on lambda.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the contact one.
Okay. So, what other challenges do you face with the? Are there any diseases, fungal diseases?
Yeah, we have issue with fungi diseases. So, at a point in time, I started experiencing fungi on the farm. You can see how the place is very greenish, and then the soil look very rich. That shows that there's a lot of fungi activities going on there.
Okay.
Then I was at Agromonti at Kiki House. They introduced a medicine to me. The name escaped me a little bit. But as soon as I apply it, within a short period of time, I've seen a change. So you can see how healthy and nice looking these plants are. Yeah.
What?
But the only difficulty there that for those fungicide, you cannot apply it more than thrice in the lifespan of the plant.
Okay.
So I've done one on the nursery, another one on the farm now. So I'm waiting. I have one more last chance. I'm waiting for a situation where there will be severe of them.
Can we move to the other side, because I see that now you have transplanted. When do you expect your first flowering and your fruit?
Yes. So some of this pepper, the pepper you see here is not the satisfied one. I didn't choose the satisfied one because one, the cost involved. Second, we've noticed that over a period of time, when you get the exotic ones you've planted or you've done the farm, and it's a little challenge either with disease or with pest or even drought, they find it difficult to survive or come back.
Okay.
And so normally we settle with our local one that we've done, and then we realize that they are strong. They have developed resistance to the harsh conditions here. And so if not, pepper within the 70th day to 90th day, you should start picking your fruits. Yeah. But with this one, because it's a local one, it's a mixture of them. You can see some fruits being green in color, deep green, some a little bit light green, some in shape, some are long in size, in shape, some are round, and all those stuff. And so it's difficult to give an exact time we've started picking our fruits.
What other challenges?
So until recently, when the fruits start coming in, we realize that the fall armyworm that destroy maize is also eating the fruit. So you see a nice pepper fruit, before you see they find their way inside, eating the fruit. So it will make it unattractive for market purposes, and so that's one of the challenges. We also have challenges with labor. As I said earlier, there's no selective for this weed control, so you have to do it manually. And so at a point in time, my partner and I, you have to hit the ground ourselves, because the fear is that when you bring somebody who is after his money, he may not do the proper weeding, he may weed and cover the plant because they're very tender. And so you have to do it ourselves. So it took us almost 3 weeks to clear this farm. Daily, we are hitting on a ground daily. And then when we come, maybe one person will take 2 of this line, finish in the morning, then leave it to do the same. So it continues that way for almost 3 weeks, and then we're able to take care of the weeds as well.
So with these peppers, I'm also experiencing the wind.
Yeah.
Breaking the.
We have such experience. I said I have a little background on this pepper stuff. The best thing is to provide staking.
Okay.
But look at the size of the farm; it's quite big, and so you cannot do it. So you realize that there are corn on the farm.
Yeah.
We've planted this corn specially for windbreak, so that by the time the wind will come, and so what we did was, at the time they were digging the hole for us to do a transplant, we were dropping one seeds in the holes randomly.
Okay.
Yeah, so that to serve as a windbreak on the farm, and so that's what we do. But still, we still have some of them being broken. But we realize that as time goes on, the plant gets stronger, get mature more. The wind is not able to break them as before, and so basically, this is some of the things we do.
Okay, let's talk about the yield.
Yeah.
What is the yield per acre?
It's difficult to quantify that because I told you it's a local seed. We just got it for local distance. But we are hoping that when we hit the peak, we should have one of them at 5 bags. Number 5 sack we were talking about earlier. We should have one. We should have one in each these two, in between 2 irrigation holes. We should have one. So by the time I have it from here to the end, I should get one of the number 4 sacks.
Okay.
And so I'm hoping that these are 17 of them. 2 is at the latter end, so it means the spacing between is 15. So I'm hoping that by the time I reach my full potential harvesting, I should be getting close to 15 bags every market day. So
have you done harvesting so far?
Yeah, I've done first hand picking. Today we've come for the second one.
How many bags did you get for the first?
Today, unfortunately, because of the weather, we were able to pick just quarter of the farm.
Okay.
And we almost 3 bags now, of the number 4 bags.
When did they start harvesting?
Normally, because we must wait for the dew to dry on the plant before you enter it.
Why?
the claim when you do that, it speed up the fungal infection and all those stuff.
Okay.
That is the local people. We've not done any scientific research into it though.
Okay.
Or you have experience when there's water on it. So you see, just as the rain has fallen, you have no right to, or you must not enter again.
Okay.
Yeah. So they must wait for the sun to set to be out. That's around 7:30 to 9 thereabout. Then we start picking.
Okay.
Then around midday, between 1 to 2, they'll go for a short break. Then return 2 to 5. But I think around 3 the rain set in. So
they came here 9.
9.
And it's almost 5.
It's almost 5.
And they could only do a quarter.
There were only 4 of them.
Okay.
Yeah. We also have a problem with transport. By now we should have a tricycle that can bring as many as 10 people here.
Oh, okay.
We are also very careful that we will not harvest and send much to the market. So that we go and cost our own cloth, and then the market will tell that now there's a lot of people in the market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you send it to them in bits,
Strategically.
so that so that they know that it is scarce, and then you can keep on your price can be up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because if this farm, as you see it here, if these people want to work to their full potential, we should have people to harvest, this thing can give me about 40 bags.
Okay.
If I should send 40 bags of Kpakpo shitor to market, I've spoiled the market.
You spoil the market.
Yes, so I have to be
Okay.
strategic about it. And then when it's more, maybe I have to look out for Accra and then Hohoe as well. So these are 3 markets, Hohoe and then Accra. I'm watching us for 2.
Currently, during the first hand picking, you got about a bag? Oh.
No, the first hand picking, I got about 50, a GMG sack.
Okay.
I just got one. It was not even full. I took it to the market, and then the woman said she would sell it for me, and said she sold it for 500 cedis. That one I didn't. I just said let's try.
Okay.
She said she sold it for 500 cedis, and then she gave me.
Currently, what's the price for this one?
So I was telling you the number 4 sack is going for 1,800 cedis.
Yeah.
In Ho, but in Accra it's 2,000 Ghana cedis.
2,000 Ghana cedis. Okay. Okay.
And so when you do calculation, the driver that will take it to Accra will not charge more than 50 cedis per bag. So if you take it to Accra, you can still cut some 150 cedis. And normally the Accra women, they have the money cash. And so before the goods even move, they are sure they do their transfer. If you're not fortunate, the local ones here, they'll tell you that let me sell small. And then sometimes when something happens along the line, they start to blame it on you. And then so they are very careful as to how to deal with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other challenge with the marketing?
No, for the markets. So our only prayer is that the local one the people did last year, you know, the old trees are there. As for Kpakpo shitor, it's not like okra. It can even stay over a year once we give it proper listing. And so those who plant it on ant hills, when the few rains are coming, very soon they also pick up and they start coming to the market. And for the local people, they just take it and go and dump it on the market women. And so they can cost a little this thing in the market.
So
apart
now
from that, our irrigation.
Okay.
We're burning fuel close to 100 cedis a day. Close to 100 cedis a day. And so when we get the 4 gallon, which is 400, it's not normally full, but it's almost full. It's 400, so we use it for a week and then. So it really, that was where we spent so much money. That was where we spent so much money.
So your running costs, can it sum up to?
Yes, for the fuel, we spent close to 5K. Yeah, because we started in the day they were doing the inauguration on the 7th of January. That was when we started transplanting. You have to water in the morning, water in the evening, to the extent that the land have to be super moist. So if they were to be at this stage, maybe we water like this for 3 days before we come back. But luckily we have some few rains along the line, so it would have been higher.
With your experience now, how much do I need to start a farm like this?
When you get for 1 acre or what I have here,
What you have here?
if we have like 30K, because the irrigation is costing almost close to 20K. But if you want to go the recent scientific one where it involved the nursery tree, you want to go and buy a certified seed. I know of Habanero from Technism for the 100 grams. It's going for 1,900 cedis. And you may need about 6 of that or 4 of that for an acre. So just imagine the seed alone is costing close to 10,000. Yeah, so if you want to go the high-tech type, now before you go and buy the nursery tree, I think one is around 12 cedis or 15 cedis. Then it doesn't use the local, so you have to go and buy the coconut.
The seed tray is 25 cedis.
It's not 25
15
cedis.
cedis, 25 cedis.
Yeah, it depends on the number of cells in it there. So
And the quality.
Yeah, and so you can see if you want to go the high-tech type, it's quite expensive. But with 30K, and a dedicated farmhand, not just anybody at all. At a point in time, we have to come and stay. We come, we cook. We got the small cylinder. We cook, eat, do everything, and stay. We leave here sometimes as late as 8 p.m. Yeah, to make sure everything is in control before we move. No laziness, no absenteeism. And so for you to stay somewhere, so you need to send money to do it for you. And sometimes I'm a little bit not comfortable with that. You have to be on the ground yourself. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's do some comparison. These are our own grown Kpakpo
Kpakpo
shitor.
shitor, yeah.
Yes, and the current one, the hot one on the market, they are either yellow or the red. What is the difference?
Yeah, one of them, the first factor is the flavor.
Okay.
The Habanero, the foreign ones, they have a nice flavor. They have a very nice flavor, and they are super hot. And so if I go to ground pepper, and then you pick, let's say, the local one, you can pick, let's say, 8 or 6 pieces. That one, if you're careful, you pick even 3.
You die.
That food, your husband will give you blow. And so they may appear expensive, but
they save.
They save cost. So when they go, the market will want 10 pieces in a rubber, and 10 this one 15 pieces. Go for the 10 pieces because they are very, very, very hot. Sometimes just 2 will take off a pot of permanent soup. Yeah.
Okay. So that is the difference.
Yeah.
Between them.
So as I was saying, as I am into seed production.
Okay.
Apart from the uniformity, if it is a certified seed like the foreign ones, now that this one is like this, all other ones will be like this.
Okay.
There'll be uniformity. When that this one is this way, all other ones will be like this. The same color, the same shape, everything.
Okay.
But with this one, you can see some of them are deep green, some of them are light green.
Yeah.
Some, as at the time, some were even green flowers or bearing fruit. Some are now even developing their canopies.
Okay.
And so basically, they are not as hot as. But I am very sure. I said earlier on, they are more tolerant to stress and other diseases.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to harvesting, I can see they have spent more than 8 hours and they are not even able to harvest.
Yeah.
Is it that because of the load?
The load on the plant.
And are they harvesting everything?
No.
How do they know?
Yeah, so when you hold the pepper, you see this big pepper, they look big. But if you hold it, it's very soft.
Oh, okay.
So I can tell you on this plant, none of this fruit is ready for for harvesting, except this one.
Okay.
All these ones are very soft. Okay. So they're not ready for harvesting. Okay. If you hold the mature one, it's very hard, but this one looks very soft. Yeah, so they know, it's something they do. So when they hold it, they know. They're able to tell which one is.
So you have to stand by one, hold, or
not necessarily holding, but even with now, if you look at this one too, the one outside, this one is ready, right?
Yeah.
You can see the color is deeper.
It's deeper,
and this one is a bit lighter.
Yeah.
So all this will give you a clue. This one that is very mature. The surface, the skin looks very smoother than the one that is yet to grow. Okay. So there are petty features they look out for and settle on which one to. But sometimes once because they're not machines, they sometimes pick some few soft one. And strange enough, those who do the kebab, they want the soft one to put
on. Oh, okay.
So you see, nobody's left out.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's left out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I now get it.
Yeah.
So can you estimate the how do you say the return on an acre?
I'm hoping. What I'm seeing now, just today they pick 3 bags, almost 6K.
Yeah, 6K.
Yeah. So
on just a quarter.
Just a quarter.
They didn't even finish.
No. They didn't even do half of this side.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that when I reach the peak where the price may even go up a little bit higher. If let's make it at 2K. If I get 15 bags, that's about 30,000.
Okay. Then your cost of production. Just
I'm hoping that I should make something good for myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
I'm not the one doing it, so all those money are not going to my pocket.
Oh, okay.
There are people that a farmhand that I promise to give something very nice to after everything is done. I'll settle that person. My partner is there.
Okay.
And then the daily payment for the women who do the harvesting.
With the women, how is the arrangement?
The price is not fixed.
Okay.
As time goes on, it will even drop as low as 500 cedis per bag. So we are paying them based on the bag. We plan paying them on. So this is our second harvest, as I said earlier on. Okay. And so when you're able to pick a bag for me, I'm paying 50 cedis for that. Okay. One person may pick more than a bag a day. Yeah. So, but if the price keeps dropping, the price of a bag may drop. If it goes higher, the price of bag may also go higher. Okay. And so that is agreement between us, so they are aware, and then we'll pick it from there.
So what do you like about this production?
It's effective. With the irrigation system, you can control everything. You can control when you want water and when you don't want water. Everything is effective about it. Okay. And then you can, as I said, you don't join the larger group to do it, and so your profit margin is high. Okay. When the rain season set in and pepper is in market, the set by they are saying 2K, 2.8K or whatever, we can drop as low as 400 cedis Even sometimes 200 cedis.
Okay.
But then everybody is doing it.
Okay.
And so it becomes cheaper. But with Dix, you control the market. You go and decide that I'm selling it for 2K. I'm selling for 1.5K. And they either say, oh, or they pay. But when it's common, don't decide, they decide.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you should do something different with the knowledge you have, what would that be?
In terms of still around for me.
Still around this habanero.
I should go and do the improved one.
Okay.
The improved habanero we were talking about, and then not in open space, but maybe in a greenhouse where I can even control what comes into my farm and what goes out of my farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And to someone who is here to start, any key pointers?
Yeah. So it's all boiled down to passion, commitment. You should be passionate about it. You should be committed to what you are going to do. It's profitable. When you cannot do it alone, there's nothing wrong teaming up. What you alone can pick one, and you have a team you're picking three. It's a good way to go. Once you have a mutual understanding, it's a very nice thing to try. If I should, by the end of this thing, maybe by August, and I'm going home, maybe 105K, 150,000 Ghana cedis as my own. My partner to get the same thing. It's worth a lot of works you do in Ghana. Yeah, you can say it. Okay. And so if I want to start my small house project, I can do it. If I want to go anywhere I want to do, whatever I want to do with that money, I can still do it.
Can we put your number out there in case somebody needs some of the peppers?
Yeah. So 054 6747 724. That is my normal. It's also on WhatsApp. I still have another MTN 0248 557709.
Are you social media handle?
Yeah, on Facebook I'm Solomon Green.
Okay.
Solomon Green, and so that's the only platform I use.
Okay.
I think I have a TikTok, but I don't really patronize it like that.
Okay. Any last message?
Yeah. So there's hope in farming now. There's hope in farming now. Farmers are now going to change the world. I'm telling you, all the research apart from tech, the next focus is on agriculture. And so if you are a young man out there and you want to do something, you have money. The beginning is not, you will not get it all over like that. You will not get it at once. You might face ups and downs. I always say that farming is like swimming. No matter what you read in the books, when you enter into the water, you definitely drink.
You drink,
but you will not be drunk. You will not be drawn. It will not kill you, but you still survive. And when you survive and come out, you become perfect, and then you do it well. You can even go and swim in the sea, and then you still come out very strong and then unhurt. So when you hit the ground first, and something happens, don't be scared, don't be worried. Go back, prepare, and come back. It's science. So sometimes I find it difficult when people go on retirement and they say, okay, now when I go on retirement, I want to come in farm. No, it doesn't work like that. That is to send to early grave. Yes. So if you want to farm, start now. I've been dancing around this farm thing since 2015, and now I'm a master of maize. If there's something like doctorate, I'm a master of maize. You were in my maize farm. You see how it is, clean and perfect. Cowpea, beans, clean and perfect. Now this is my pepper farm. I'm hitting it right.
But you are still schooling?
Yeah. I'm doing agriculture engineering at Old Technical University. I really love irrigation. Okay. So I want to, actually I'm a trained teacher. I went to the University of Kpakpo. Okay. But I was done by 2017. I was done. Unemployment stuff. That was when I attempted farming. I failed, but I learned a lot, and I got a job at MMB Seeds. Okay. But still, it's also around farming. So I take care of the irrigation and all other stuff. I like machine, and so I decided, why don't I go and get some certificate in agriculture? And when I look at my interests, I think my interests fall in the irrigation area. So I want to get more knowledge in that. I want to have the pivot kind of irrigation, those heavy ones, where I can take care of our 150 hectares at a go. And then you see, we must. Food is everything. When you have food, you're satisfied. You can think about more things. The guys who are coming on the big tech things, because they're satisfied, they have peace of mind. They're able to do those things. But here we are, what to even eat before we even think about those things. It's not even there. And so let's try as much as we can to give better or more focus to agriculture, and then good to go. This time, an old man called me. He ordered for a tractor from China, bought some equipment.
Pensioner.
Yeah, pensioner. And he was going to start farming. I was just telling myself, this man one young boy will just mount this tractor, hit an ant and it will capsize. That will be the end of him.
They go kill him.
He's going to kill himself because Charlie, you're not going to get a new source of money to be pushing you through this difficult time. Pension money. So why will you risk it for this?
What is you doing?
if you, maybe by the time at the time you were in the service, and then maybe you got the land, you are into coconut plantation or orange plantation. That one, whether it rains or it doesn't rain well, you still get something.
Yeah.
But when you finish service, when you're supposed to be resting, you decide to go and farm, you will be surprised.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised what will happen to you. Your BP will rise one day, and then that's
BP will kill you. But it be form of engagement.
But then go and do some 100 poultry beds, like poultry 100 beds be, or maybe you decide to go grass cutter. But you say you're going to do commercial farm. Last year we did maize farm. 70 something acres. It was at tasseling stage, and then the rain is gone. So I asked my boss, will you be able to do this? I said, we will try. That's to speak that we have started. If it's a young man, an old man who is on retirement with his pension money, see, 70 acres of maize with fertilizer, we've done the basic application, then we do top dressing, done everything is perfect, and then this happened. Master, you will not come back, you will not survive it. I have a lot of nice peppers here.
Yeah.
The people were to harvest to this stage, you see.
If they've not even come here yet.
No. We were on compost last time, and then somebody came from the US.
Okay.
He's into just corn production.
Yeah.
He went on retirement at age 48 or so.
You went for that meeting.
Yeah.
I joined the platform.
Oh, okay. And then, you know, they met the agric department and all those things. Young man, he said he's going on retirement. Now he decided to be going around teaching people and stuff. And now that you have gone on pension at age 60, and you want to go and farm.
This issue, they go beat you.
It's a fact. The truth is bitter. The truth is an offense, but not a sin.
God knows why he said for 7 at a young age.
Even God cry. The truth is an offense, but not a sin.
So why don't you do callus?
The Kpakpo shitor. The market is because of the demand on the market. They over here they don't care about the callus much. Even by the time it gets to some of them start ripening at their end, and so they decide to separate it. Maybe the Kenki Celeste take theirs separately. The Koluku guys also take the green one, and all those things. Charlie, today Kpakpo shitor is doing a lot. The tilapia guys are using it. The Koluku guys are using it. Those who are into Kenki and all those things. So it's not a joke. And
someone also told me that the more you keep the peppers on the tree, you are killing yourself slowly, because if you release.
Yes. So just like you have a baby boy or girl, and then he or she still breastfeeding at age 5. Yeah, you are putting more pressure on the mother.
Okay.
Yeah. And so when they are young, and you pick them off, you relieve the mother of that stress, and then the energy, and then those is diverting to more flowering, and then it keeps them up and up. One thing we also do is that right after harvesting, we do foliar fertilizer application. It's just like giving them the direct food. And so we use the foliar fertilizer to dress them.
Which foliar?
We mix the foliar with pesticide.
Which foliar?
Normally we use there's this one from urea, from Agromonti. They have it. The name is this Spanish something. So you only look at the nitrogen content 36 blah 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 blah.
Okay.
So I have the sachet there.
Okay.
I think at the time maybe I can show it to you.
Okay.
So we use that one to support so we can have more flowers, and then and it's organic. It's not any hard chemical we are using.
The view is crazy. So you heard it too. They say farming is like what? Swimming. No matter what you read in the books, if you enter the water, you go drink water. Bass! Solomon Green. Charlie, see you in the next video. I'm out.